Greetings students. In this lesson, I'll be taking you through a brief introduction to HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and looked at that in our last lesson. But we said that HTML is like the structure for our website that enables us to edit our website within the browser so that we are able to put up our web pages and our information in the right structure. So like I've explained before, the first thing that you need to do is to start with good file management, and I'll begin by creating a folder on my desktop. To do that, you can right click on your computer and then you go to new folder, then you select the folder and give it a name. You can call it my first website, like that. If you don't do that, another way to create a folder, you press Ctrl+Shift+N. We create for you a folder as well, and I can call it websites, for example. Yeah, so those are two different ways you can be able to create a folder on your desktop. Now this folder will help you to manage your files and keep your work neat and organized. So when you copy it onto that CD, it is easy to be retrieved. So what I will do now, I will open my folder, and once I open my folder, I will create a new file. So when I come to create a new file, it will ask me the type of file I want to create. And I want to create a text document because I'm going to be using a text editor like Notepad. And then I give it a name. Or for now, we not give it a name. Let's just give it as a default name, which is new text document. And then we open our text editor. Now, in our text editor, this way we're going to begin to write our HTML so that we can be able to create our first website. So when you're writing HTML has a structure. It has a header, it has a body, and it has an end, just like any document that would have a different structure. If you're writing it, you have an introduction, you have a body, and then you have a conclusion. So it's the same. HTML software is almost the same similar standard. So we're going to first specify the type of document we are creating, and we are saying it's going to be, we're going to say document type, so we use the doc type. That's how we write that, and then you say it's an HTML document. So we have these tags, which are very crucial in HTML. In HTML, everything is represented with tags. If we are paragraphing, if we are creating a new title, a new heading, we use tags, and we shall be seeing more of that. So after specifying that my document type is HTML, so I come here and I write HTML tag, the first HTML tag, and then I'll write the header. The header, that's where our metadata goes, and I'll be talking about the metadata in our following lessons. But for now, we know that we have a head tag, and then we have a title. So I'm calling my title my first web page, just like that. Whenever you open a tag, it's mandatory in HTML that you close that tag. And how you close that tag? You open the less than sign, for example, you can call it less than sign, and then you slash, and then you write your title like that. So now my title, that's the title of my website. And then the next thing we need to do, we can decide so this is our head tag, and that given us a title, we can decide to close our head tag with the head, just like that. Whenever we open a tag, we have to close the tag. So the next thing we need to have is a body. What do we want to have in the body of our website? So in that body, I can start with now the headers. That's like we started in Microsoft Word. We can group our headers in H1, H2, H3. Like I said, H1 it represents the main headers, H2 represents the headers below H1. So most of us, I hope you're familiar with that from our previous interaction with Microsoft Word. So if I say H1 here, so my first heading would be I can say, for example, welcome to my web page, just like that, and then I close my H1 heading just like that. Then I can also put a paragraph. The tag for paragraph is P, and I say this is my first web page. I am learning HTML, just like that. And then you can put an exclamation if you want, and then you close your tag like that. So we close the tag, like I said, you have to have the slash, and then the closing attribute, which is P in this case for paragraph. So, and then we can close our body. So everything here is within the body, you can see. And then I can also go ahead and close the HTML. But we open the HTML tag, we did not close that HTML tag. So now I want to save my my HTML code so that I can be able to see what I've written within a browser. Remember, the only way you can be able to launch or to run your file is within a browser, because we said our websites should be able to open in a browser. So I'm going to come here and it's file. Let's say save as. Let me do it again. File. Choose save as. I'm this file here. I'm going to save it as index. I'm going to save it as index.html. And when I come here under the file type, I choose all files, so that I change my file from being a txt to an HTML. Then click save. Now I need to go back to my folder, and you can see that when you look at my folder now, I have a file called index.html and it has a browser icon there, just like that. So if I click on the browser icon, it will open in Google Chrome. And if you are using, you can use Explorer, you can use Edge, you can use Mozilla Firefox. So you can see that our web page has been created, and the title, my first web page, it has a header which says welcome to my web page, and you can notice that it is in bold because it's the first header, and then it has a paragraph. This is my first web page, and I'm learning HTML. So in simple terms, that's how you can create our first web page without using HTML. Definitely, we haven't put any colors yet. We have not put any icons or buttons, but we shall be looking at how we can do that, create buttons, add colors, add interaction to our page as we go along. But now, to get to practice, let us practice this first exercise, and let's create our own web page with HTML. And then we're going to, in our next tutorial, in our next video, I'll be showing you how we can add a picture in our HTML that we have created. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you next time.